Hey you guys, I'm back with the next video on actually moving in your one arm push-up. Now, for those of you that are not ready for one arm, you're thinking, wait, I don't even have two arms on the ground yet. That's okay. You want to start where you're at. Assess where you're at. You can use all of these same progressions and elevations for your two arm or a one arm. So it's really great to try different levels, find where you're at, and at the end of this video, I'll also talk to you about sets and rep schemes so that you know when you're ready to progress. Because moving on to something like a one arm takes a lot of patience. So that's something that you're really gonna have to think about and make sure that you have the proper strength for sets and reps before you move on, or you'll set in bad patterns. So in the last video, we talked about the wall setup. So remember, feet against the wall, hands in by your side, and then you're going to do your push-ups from here. And ladies, remember, if you don't have a two-hand push-up yet, it's fine to start here as well and build up that strength before you take an arm away, okay? So for the wall, I want you to think about getting like 3 sets of 10, good form, okay? With really good solid technique before you move on to something like a box. So that would be the next step. It doesn't have to be this low, it could be a countertop, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you here for today. The key is, again, setup is important. You don't wanna be angled too far out. This isn't as strong of a position as it would if you were stacked over your shoulder. So you're gonna set up in this position again. Now your feet are gonna be a little bit wider when you're working one arm than if you're working two. It gives you a nice tripod base to distribute the weight and your strength. So feet are gonna be out a little bit wider. You're gonna grip onto the box or whatever elevation you're on, and you're gonna corkscrew that shoulder and then stack. So you're over shoulder, over elbow, over wrist, and you're going to pull yourself to the bottom. So you're rowing your elbow to your hip. You're gonna stay mostly square or parallel to the floor with your hips and your shoulder, and press away. So pull yourself to the bottom, pause, and then push away. Obviously, you can decrease the elevation or lower the elevation, whichever, increase or decrease. I would like for you to get 5 sets of 5 per side, really solid technique on one elevation before you decide to go to the next, because the bigger the elevation, the longer it's going to take to progress. And again, you don't want to set in bad form. So setup is key, visualization is key, making sure that you can see it. And again, if you're not ready for a one arm, you can use this box for 2. This is much more beneficial for your strength gains than to be on your knees. So both arms, corkscrew, and pull yourself down, and press away. So I highly recommend using elevations versus doing push-ups on your knees on the ground. So check back for the final video.